Okay everyone, welcome to Truth Proof. Back in the woodland once again, myself and the Bobster, and we're just gonna head down into the dike where I'm gonna let him have a little run round and we'll kick a few ideas about. Come on Bob, this way, come on. And today I'd like to talk about something that's probably not as exotic sounding, not as interesting to some people as the sighting of a UFO or a cryptid, but our actual senses, what we see, what we perceive when we're experiencing a bout of, come on, what's he seeing? Come on. When we're experiencing a bout of unexplained phenomena, true unexplained phenomena. This is what he does look. Come on. Probably wants me to throw him a stick, which I will do. Here. That's it. Look at him. He's like a gazelle. So, the senses. What is it within the realm of the unexplained that's affecting our senses to such a degree that we feel it and we almost have no control over it, to the point where it becomes frightening? Maybe there is no lower silence, some kind of science from the unexplained. Maybe it's just a natural phenomenon that exists here on this earth that nobody has been able to detect so far unless it wants its presence known. And perhaps these are the reasons that people almost stumble into environments of extreme high strangeness. Like the example I'm going to give now that happened to a couple who were walking along Bempton Cliffs.
Tim and I had gone to Bempton for a walk, basically, and to just experience the seabirds. And we were walking along the cliff top. I was in front and Tim was behind me. And all of a sudden, everything just went silent. There was nothing. We couldn't hear anything. I couldn't feel anything. It was just like being put into a glass bubble. You know, we could see everything, but it was just that initial not feeling, not hearing anything.
Did you retrace your steps to see if it would replicate?
Yes, we did. Yeah. We turned round and we went back and everything was normal. Just incredible, really, that it happened to us. If that's what a portal is, then perhaps we did enter it.
Maybe it's just our own body's visceral reaction, nearly fell then, visceral reaction to the environment that the unexplained has put us into, to the way we're perceiving something that's, totally alien.
Hi mate, I wanted to tell you something, what happened to us up on the cliff tops, a while back.
Okay.
And first of all, I want to tell you about the friggin' atmosphere. The atmosphere was bloody weird.
In what?
It was electric. It really was. I can't really put it into words what it was like. Anyway, we had the dogs with us.
What time in the morning? Well, this one.
We had a lamp. Yeah, this was about 2ish.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were walking along and we had the lamp. So we're shining the lamp and we lit up a pair of fucking yellow eyes. It turned its head and then turned it back and looked at us.
So what came first? The atmospheric changes or what they actually saw that was labelled the incident? Because it strikes me that both go hand in hand with each other and probably both are equally as important. It's just the visual of what they saw afterwards that stuck in those men's minds. But I think all of these things that sit on the peripheral of what people experience, the core event, if that's the correct word, are equally as important. And that man's observations of the atmospheric changes, the strange electrical feeling in the air, are equally as important. And probably one of the most confusing of them all is smell. Go on, Bob. So let's talk about something that we don't always connect with unexplained phenomena, and that's strange smells. You know, I've heard people talk about getting some kind of metallic taste in their mouth when in the presence of, look at him, Bobby, when in the presence of UFOs and UFO activity. But what about smells? There's no way that we can document or replicate a smell. We know what something smells like. Obviously, I don't mean in the simplistic terms that people sort of make perfumes. Obviously, perfumes can be replicated. But there are some things within the unexplained that just can't be replicated, and certain smells are point in question. I realise that the senses play such an important role in whatever it is that's interacting with us. They are the masters in manipulating and handling humans in such a way as to totally confuse us in ways that we could never, ever imagine. And when I talked about the sense of smell whilst walking around Danes Dyke, I realised that I couldn't think of anything or give any example to show you guys exactly what I mean. We all just know that smells take us places, just like sounds do, just like music does, takes us back to moments in time, takes us back to different emotions. And these beings, these NHIs that walk in and out of our lives with ease, seem to leave us with these lingering essences of something so strange that it truly is alien to everything we know and understand. They give us new smells, new sounds. It's almost like ourselves trying to invent a new colour, which is quite impossible. But if a new colour could be invented, something totally new, you can bet that it would come from some other intelligence and not from the humankind. So I firmly believe that these beings of unknown origin do wage an attack on our senses, knowingly or unknowingly, and they show us new colour, new sounds, new smells that we just could not comprehend. And these things that they leave us with as they walk in and out of our lives have such a lasting effect forevermore. Do you know, back in 1966, a guy called Rob saw a UFO with his brother up on Bessingby Hill. Before the hospital was built, it was a woodland, and he saw this object just appear in the flash of light in the sky. Pulled his brother under the tree, and they observed this wedge-shaped object hovering in the sky, just static in the sky, not even 100 foot up. Huge wedge-shaped object with a blue hue, almost like the flames from a gas cooker. We all know the blue flame from a gas cooker, all the way around the edges of it. But do you know what caught this man's attention the most? The unusual sound that this object made. First of all, it was totally silent. Then he said it made a clunking sound, some kind of heavy machinery or some kind of huge cog they imagine turned within this, almost like something in a foundry. But here's where it attacks and hits the senses. 1966.
And it was just, you know, we see a flash, and I looked up like that, and I said to my but I went, no, I grabbed his hand, and I pulled him back into trees. 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. And this thing also,
7 o'clock at night-ish?
Yeah, I heard this clunk, and that f***ing clunk, I've never heard it since. And as it went clunk, and I just thought,
When you saw that flash, Rob, what colour, what flash?
What,
like when you first saw the flash of light, was it blue or green, red?
It was white.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It was real weird. It was just, but the thing is, they must have also defeated the laws of gravity.
For it to stay motionless?
Because it was just there. I'm saying, I would say...
So when it stopped there, how long did it stay there before it made that noise?
It shut off, about quarter of an hour.
Weird, isn't it?
But it's that clunk.
No, it
does my...
Am I holding you up? This guy's well in his 70s. He's tried to replicate that sound all of his life. He's listened for it all of his life. He's never heard a sound like it. That's how this subject affects the senses. So that's what I'm getting at. There's nothing to replicate what he heard. He said he's heard things that sound similar, but never on a level like that unique sound that he heard. And then we have to think about our own vision. Are we at times actually seeing what we think we are seeing? You know, you get multi-witness accounts, and sometimes within that multi-witness event, you've got witnesses who believe in different things. And it's almost as though the phenomena shapes into it's almost as though we shape whatever it is that's been seen and experienced into the model that we want it to conform to. So I think we should sometimes even question our own eyes and ask ourselves, are we actually seeing what we think we are seeing in some instances? And what about touch? Should we... Bobby thought he'd seen something then. Come on, come on. And what about actual touch, physicality? People claim that these beings have transported them through walls, solid matter. They've dematerialized. I'm wondering if their physical bodies even left wherever it was when the intelligence that is the alien took them. I'm wondering if it's just like astral travel and they've taken this part of us, part of what it is, this part that is the human, and I'm wondering if they've taken it to manipulate, to export, extract, whatever it is that they require. And if that's what's happening and people do claim to be able to astral travel, well, maybe the aliens, the NHIs, the non-human intelligences, just have control over that and just extract us from our physical bodies and take all the data and all of the information that we've got within our minds, the cloud that is the thought process, and nothing more. Therefore, they've not got some kind of super technology that can reduce physical to particles that can pass through walls. All questions that I haven't got an answer for, and all questions that I could be and all questions that I could be completely wrong about. But nevertheless, they're worth asking, they're worth kicking about. Where does it sit with you guys? What do you think's happening? Do you think we've got bipedal arms, legs, beings that leave physical craft that you could touch, tap on the side, structured craft? Or do you think there's something else happening here? Do you think a lot of it's happening in our own minds? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Come on, push. Come on. Okay, here's a thought. What if the phenomena, whatever it is, has been AI all along? Let's not mix it up with some human-made artificial intelligence. What if it's just been a cloud-based intelligence all along? And everything that we've seen, to a more or lesser degree, has been interactions within the human mind. I know that doesn't adequately explain the people who say that there are alien craft and alien tech stored in deep underground bunkers in various places around the world. Come on! However, if it is a cloud-based intelligence, it would explain alien visitation and alien abduction, and the reason why they're so interested in us, interested in pain. They might not know what pain feels like. So inflicting pain on us and seeing our visceral reactions to the infliction of pain, it's a data gathering information for them. Could those be the reasons? You know, there's so many possibilities and connotations as to why these beings may be interacting with us, or why, let me rephrase that, as to why these intelligences may be interacting with us. What if it just wants to experience the human experience? What if it doesn't know what touch feels like? How incredible would that be? What if by interacting with the human, through us, animals as well, it gets a sense of what it feels like to touch a box, open a box, see the shock, awe and wonder of when things happen. I don't know, but I get a sense of feeling that there's more than one intelligence at play, and I'm just throwing it out there and suggesting that what if one of those intelligence is just thought form intelligence? Come on, Bob. We know that information now is held in the cloud, a virtual outer nowhere. Well, what if these virtual outer nowheres are where some of the unexplained phenomena reside? And through AI, the advent of AI, they are now starting to migrate into the human. They are now starting to get a hold on what we are as human beings. Come on, Bob. Let's get up here. Don't get no easier, does it? 63 now. But that's not why I've come here to talk today, is it? Oh my God. Come here. I'm going to put his lead on in a moment. It's been a brilliant little walk that we've had today. You see, these walks and talks around the woodland, airing my thoughts and airing my views, are good for me as well, because I get feedback from you guys. Some of it's unfavourable, some of it will be people saying what a load of rubbish that I'm talking. I can handle that, but some of it may be constructive and aid the thought process and just advance us a little bit more. That's what it's about. Come on, Bob, come here. Come here, lad. Come here. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there. Don't forget, if you're enjoying what I'm talking about, enjoying these short walks and talks around the woodlands, give us a like and subscribe, even a hype. We'll catch you next time. Bye bye. Come on. Come on. Good lad. Go on.